we're going to brainstorm the kinds of observations we can make about an object. So we're going to use 4 senses. We're going to be thinking about when we observe an object, what does it look like? Like, what's the color of it? What size is it? What shape is it? We're going to talk about how it feels when we touch it. What's the texture and what's the weight of it? And we're going to listen and see what kind of sounds it makes if we shake it or drop it or whatever else we can do with it. And then we're also going to say what it smells like. Let's work on observing this pencil and thinking about what does it look like, what does it feel like, what does it sound like, and what does it smell like. Open up your inventor's notebooks to Professor Carver's Guide to the Documenting Materials, and that's on activity 6.2. And we're going to work through this example together on 6.2. So as we talk about the pencil, you're going to fill in the blanks with me. So first, let's describe the object with our sight. What does it look like? Well, a pencil, it's yellow. It has some silver on the end. The band that holds the eraser on the pencil. Then there's the pink of the eraser on the end. It's about 6 inches long, and it's narrow, it's cylindrical, and it has a pointy end. So go ahead and take a minute to write those things down on your workbook, 6.2 activity. And then we'll talk about what it feels like when we touch it. Okay, when we touch a pencil, we can feel that it's pointy on one end and it's smooth where it's painted. It's not heavy. The eraser is kind of rubbery, squishy. And then let's talk about smell. Remember, you're writing these things down on activity 6.2. Smell, it smells like wood, and that lead smell a little bit also. And then what sounds do we hear with a pencil? Well, we can tap a pencil. It's usually quiet, doesn't make a noise unless we're using it, striking it against something else. And what is the object usually used for? We use it for writing. But what else could we do with a pencil? So some ideas might be we use it. We could roll it, we could brace other things with it, we could prop up things with it, we could use it as drumsticks. There's a lot of different uses we could use pencils for. I've made log cabins out of pencils before, stacking them like this, you know, and crossing them over and building up a little log cabin. There's all types of things that we could use it for. Remember, invention breeds invention. We can take one invention and use it to make a new invention. After you have that filled out, then turn to activity page 6.3, and you will work with your team and you will observe an object from the materials that you will have to build with, and your materials list will be 6 paper clips or some paper clips and some masking tape and you'll have some unsharpened pencils, some more rubber bands, you'll have some popsicle sticks, a plastic cup, and you'll have some pipe cleaners. Each person in your team on 6.3, pick one of those objects that you will have to work with when you're building tomorrow and do the same thing that we did with the pencil and observe it and fill in the chart for sight. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you smell? What do you hear? And then write down what the object is usually used for, and then also brainstorm some ideas of something else you could use it for. You're going to have about, let's give you about 8 minutes to work on this and complete observing one of the materials you'll be using to build your invention.